So now I'm going to read Make the Best of It. And I'm reading to my special little girl, Tiny. Abigail, I love you so much. You mean the world to me. You and your brother. He's just a little too old for books like this. But I still love you too, Johnny. Always. And I'm always here for you if you need me. Don't forget that. Alright. Make the best of it. Oh my, I have so much to get ready, said Piglet, scurrying about his little house. He had invited his friends over for haycorn muffins. It was going to be a very busy day. Oh my, oh dear, worried Piglet. What shall I do first? He began by sweeping his front yard. Then he was ready to make the haycorn muffins. Piglet stood before his cupboard. It was looking rather empty. He was all out of flour and honey and haycorns. Oh dear, said Piglet. I'll have to gather some haycorns and borrow some honey and flour too. I hope that won't take too long. Piglet took his favorite basket outside where a blustery wind was blowing haycorns onto the ground. Piglet had quickly filled his basket to the very top when Tigger suddenly bounced over to him. Hiya, Piglet, old pal. Tigger's bounce completely emptied Piglet's basket. I was just gathering some haycorns, said Piglet sadly. Looks like you got plenty right here, buddy boy, said Tigger. Hey, Tigger cried, gathering a bunch of haycorns. Let me show you my basket-filling bounce. As Tigger bounced high into the air, he let go of the haycorns. They flew everywhere but into the basket. Well, gosh, said Tigger, I wonder what's the matter with those silly haycorns. Let me give it another try. That's all right, Tigger, said Piglet. I'll just fill the basket myself. Again. Piglet hadn't planned on gathering haycorns twice, and it took even longer to fill it the second time. Oh my, it's getting rather late. I'll have to hurry if I want to borrow flour or honey. Piglet took the basket home and emptied all the haycorns. Then he ran over to Pooh's house. Pooh, may I borrow some honey? Why, of course, Piglet, Pooh said in a muffled voice. But I'm afraid that this honey pot is rather empty. It looks stuck. Let me help you, Pooh, Piglet replied. While Piglet pulled out the honey pot on Pooh's head, the honey pot flew off with a big, loud pop. Pooh reached into his cupboard and handed Piglet a small honey pot. Oh, thank you, Pooh, said Piglet as he hurried off. Next, we went to Rabbit's to ask for flour. Making your muffins? Rabbit asked. Do you mind if I come over and help? That would be fine, said Piglet. So the two friends headed back to Piglet's house. While Piglet mixed the batter, Rabbit read the muffin recipe. Let's see. This recipe makes 9 muffins. That means we can each have 1. Unless, of course, you make a double batch, Rabbit remarked. Then we can each have 2. Or a triple batch, then we can each have 3. Rabbit was doing muffin math. As Piglet listened to Rabbit, he was so busy adding muffins in his head that he lost count of the baking powder. He put 9 teaspoons in the batter instead of 4. Poor Piglet didn't even realize what he had done. After Rabbit let Piglet put the muffins in the oven, After Rabbit left, Piglet put the muffins in the oven. The baking powder made the muffins rise and rise and rise and rise. Oh dear, said Piglet when he opened the oven. Nothing had gone the way I wanted to all day. Piglet felt awful. His muffin party was ruined. Piglet stared hopelessly at his muffin cake. Maybe he could break it into muffin pieces. No, that would look too strange. Maybe he could just send everyone home. No, that wouldn't be very polite. Oh dear, what will I do? What would Pooh do? There must be some way to save the cake. I've got it, Piglet said, clapping his hands. Piglet went back to work. He took out several bowls to make frosting in pink, purple, orange, green, and blue. Piglet took his time and frosted the cake very carefully. When Piglet was done, he stood back to look at his cake. "Oh my, it's not so bad after all," he said. Then, with a smile on his face, he finished cleaning up. Minutes later, all his friends appeared at his door. "Those muffins smell positively wonderful," cried Tigger. "Let me at 'em." "Well, actually, we're not having muffins." "Not having muffins?" gasped Rabbit. "Whatever do you mean?" Piglet led his friends over to the table. Nobody said a word. That is, until they saw Piglet's amazing muffin cake. See his muffin cake? "Why, Piglet, what a beautiful cake!" "I'll say simply splendiferous, Piglet, old pal," Tigger cried. Piglet had decorated a part of the cake for each of his friends. "The muffins didn't turn out the way I planned," Piglet explained, "so I tried to make the best of things." Pooh smiled at his friend. "You certainly did, Piglet," he agreed. And as the friends shared the muffin cake, even Piglet had to admit it was the best acorn treat he'd ever made. The lesson of the day, Pooh's Way. When things don't go the way you plan, make the best of it. I love you, baby girl. I love you, Johnny. I hope you enjoyed your story. Sweet dreams.